Hello there and welcome back to my videos. In this video I want to speak about how the component locking will working and how we can use the middleware to connect to the database for Mongo. And yeah, you can still hear I have my baby girl in this room, so she is trying to sleeping, and I'm a little sorry about the funny voices that's sometimes coming, but that's the part to be a dad. Yeah, I need to take care about the baby, even when I need to teach you about how to code. So I need to make a balance here. So back on the track, and I will teach you, of course, about the middleware in this component locking, and I will teach you about how to create the ODM in mongoengine, and that's what we want to speak about, and that's what I'm promised from the previous video, so it's not getting so long from the previous video. So let's go ahead and let's starting to create the ODM, I think, so we can have it ready when we are connected. So let's starting with the first ODM we want to create here. It should be ODM, and then we just create a folder and we go inside and say logging, and class logging should be with document, but we don't have any document yet because we don't have imported from mongoengine. That's what we're gonna do now. So I'll just say import a document, and I know we want to say a string field. That's what we're gonna need, and I need the datetime field and the list field. It's a list string field, not, yeah, that's perfect. And then we going down, and the first we want to do now, all we need is sequence fields too. Sequence fields here. So let's go down and say we need a number. So all the logs we will put inside should have a number and should be sequence fields. And I know when we create this, it's having the Mongo ID, but when you're working with the log, I have testing a similar a component in production on my work, and we got over 400 millions of logs, and it's constant frequently increase that number, and it will be very nice for people to say, oh, give me the logging number 400,031,031, even than just giving the Mongo ID. So it's just so we have it's more readable, so we can see it's basically increased and it's not in the same logging ID. It's coming again. It's very hard to read when you're having a Mongo ID because it's so funny, and but it's working, and it's working pretty good. But for humans, it's very nice to have a number to refer to. Then we need the identifier, and the identifier should be the string field, and we want to require this. And because you're creating the global component where all your project can speak together, then we need an identifier key, because without the identifier you don't know about it's a project A or project B, the log it's adding for that. So that's pretty neat. I just think I'm spelling this wrong, and here we go. The next one we want to be sure we have inside should be the environment, and that's because in the same project, if you're working with the project A and project B, you could have the development statement, and you can have the production, and you can have the staging environment. And to save you a lot of server management, then we will have the environment variable you can use. Not you can, you should use, because then we are 100% sure when we look up for the logs, we only get the right logs. The next one we need to is a data field. I'll just make it empty because we create the embedded document. In the data should be the summary, description, and when the log is created. And then we need the tags. The tags, we need the list field. And tags using for if you have something like it could be a product in your web shop, and you need to check something like the price, and you need to generic data, and you need to something images. So when you're filtering out for the logs, you can just say give me all this, figure out like the price area, something like that. That's the idea with the tags. And binds, the bind should be all the identifiers should be bind together. So if you have like the price, or let's say the image, and the image could be figured out like both on the product and on the blog post, then you can give two binds, and then you can get the log together. That's the idea behind the binds. And then we need the another and system boolean field, and default should be false. And what we're gonna do with the boolean the system is meaning sometimes you need to insert logs where it's a system like from a cron job and something like that, and then you don't need the another. And other times you need like when I'm going inside the backend and press save, then we need to know where it's coming from. And then we need to create that. This is datetime, and delete it at datetime. And that's what we gotta do for now. And then we going up here to the log data, logging data, and we need to go inside here. And for the data we need to say embedded document, and we need to embedded document field. I will just copy this and put it in the front, and I'll just put it here so it's more readable. And then we put it inside here, and the document field for the data should be here, and logging data, that's what we're gonna do inside here. And then we need the summary. Summary should be a string field, and then we need a description. It's a string field too, and then we need to create it as should be datetime fields. Now we need one ODM more. It should be in another, so that's creating this. Oh, my baby is saying something, and yeah, no, I will not show that for you. It's my baby. I don't share my baby with anyone, not yet. Maybe when she's growing older, I will probably show the image of it. Or you can go in for my Facebook profile. Yeah, you can go for my Facebook profile so you can see my baby girl. I'm putting public image online if you're interested. So then we say mongoengine here, and import it, embedded document, and embedded string field. That's what we're gonna do. And I'll say another, and embedded document, and this should be name string field, and we need to say identifier. And then she's not happy. I need to share the time with her, but I need to do this finish first. So yeah, string field and IPv6 if you use this string field. So let's going back for the logging here and say from ODM and another import other, and we can going down here and say embedded document field, and then we have another. So now the ODM here it's ready to use. So the next step, I can just minimize this. The next step will be to building the connector for the middleware, and then implement it so we can use this. So let's create the middleware here. I'll just say the Python here, the middleware, and then just say db connect, and then we will go ahead. So in the ODM we need to say import OS, because we need the system environments, and then we need to import logging, because we need to sending out the logging if we need that to do this again. And Then we say from and wrappers and import response, and then we say from mongoengine import connect. That's the 4 imports we need before we can continue to creating our class here. Say db connect, and we need this, and say the app and self app is equal to app. When it's private, and I want this one, but that's okay, we can use this. Yeah, she's still trying to communicate, and she has only 3 months, so it's very impressive. She is starting already. So she's can holding the neck, and she can say blah, blah, like you can hear in the background, and yeah, that's pretty nice. So then we say starting response, and then we go in here and say pass. And because we need inside here, we need to say try and say connect and os get environment and mongo database if. And then we use the if, and if this is set, else we need to say component logging. That's what we're gonna do now. So the next step we want to use, I need the microphone here, and yes, I think that would be better. And then we say the host is equal to the host. And then we need the port number, and for the port number, I'll just say this. We need to define it like this and say we need the integer, because the mongoengine need integer like the port number, and that's only if we have it inside, else we will say none. And the next step we want should be username, and that should be inside here, and the same like the password. And we need for authentication source, and that's what we're gonna do here. Say source, and the same like down here, and then we just need to change the system environment. So let's go in for the ini file here, and then we just go in authentication source and put it inside here, and the Mongo username and the Mongo password. Then we are done with the connection, and what we're gonna do now, say logging and say info, we just say debug connection to Mongo succeeds, return self, and then we need the app environment, and then we need the start response. Except if something is going wrong, exceptions as e, then we say logging debug error. This is error, and we will say connection to Mongo failed, and then we need the error, connection error, and then the e. I'll just say this. I don't think the other one should be correct. Then we have it inside here, and then the response, and say you, and say connection to Mongo failed. And we need the meme type here, should be text plain, and status 501, return res environment and the start response. And then we have the middleware ready. So we only need to put it inside here in the application here. So the way we use the middleware will be, we have the library here. So let's just going down here and say from middleware db connect and db connect. And we only need basically to comment this out and put this one inside and say app.vsg app. So we're taking the application and put it inside and stack it, and then we can basically use this. I'll just see what's happening here. It's saying it should be in the top, so we will just prefer to use this in the top. So let's starting and see what's happening here, and I will just send for the server and it should be here. And the connection to the Mongo succeeds, and the flash logging request hidden, and the baby is crying. So yeah, it's pretty lucky I'm done with this video now, and I'm really happy to have you here today, and I'm very sorry for having a little unhappy baby in the background. Yeah, you can hear. So but yeah, I really hope you want to subscribe to this channel. You can going down in the thing below in the right corner. Yeah, my people say you need to do this, and if you have any questions, please make comments below. And yeah, remember, all the code will be on the GitHub. The link will be in the description, and I will make soon a Docker images. So thank you to have you here today, and hope to see you next time. Bye.